Hello everyone, welcome to a basic Radiolab training. So this video will cover on how to create lights in Modeler and in Python. So first thing, you can see we have a mock-up of a kitchen here. Okay, what I'll do is I will want to create a light, okay? And I want to put a LED strip just below the wall cabinet over here. So first thing, I'll go to faces. I say I want to draw a rectangle and I will say this rectangle will be so big. Okay, so now I will use this rectangle to create the LED strip. So next I'll just move it. Okay, point to point, and I'll move it right here and I say move 3D. Okay, next I will say move it. Okay, I will move it downwards. Okay, move it a little bit downwards. After it is tagged to the, I'll move it downwards by 1 mm so that my face light will not be together with my my actual panel. Okay, and next I just want to change the thickness a little bit to 30 and I press enter. So now I'm just adjusting. Okay, I am just adjusting where this LED strip should be positioned. Okay, now just move it a little bit to the back. Okay, next I'll just move it to the right a little. Okay, so from here I'll just move it so that it's a little bit more central. Okay, done. So over here I have placed it in the right position. Next thing I want to name, I need to make this a light. So how do I do it? I call this light underscore 500 underscore LED. So what this does is that when I call this light underscore 500, this will create a 500 lumen light. And when I put in underscore LED, this will be, the LED will be name of this light that we have just created, and I press enter. Next thing, what I will need to do is I need to check where is this, where is the light pointing to. So how do I do it? I go to information, go to normal, and I click on this. Now you can see the red arrow here, it is pointing upwards, which means that if I were to on this light, the light will point upwards, which is not what we want. So we go to face tools, F tools over here, and we say invert over here on the bottom. Okay. Then we click on this face, okay, and we press enter. Now we can see that it is now pointing downwards, which is what we want, the LED light pointing downwards. So we are done over here in modeling. So I will do save. Then I go to main and I say branch to Radiolab at the bottom, okay, and I say yes. So what happened is that Python will remember all the settings, everything that you have drawn up in Modeler, and just bring it over to Radiolab. Okay, so first thing, okay, if you do not have the screen, okay, first thing you go into light sources. For me, every time I come in, I will say over here, click on all lights on. Okay, this will switch on all the lights that we have created. Next thing, I'll click on indirect light and I switch on the indirect light. So what is indirect light? Indirect light is basically when we create a light, the light actually bounces off surfaces. So the indirect light will give you that bounces off surfaces in fact. So when I switch to Radio City over here, you can see that as it's calculating the indirect light, it will become brighter. Okay, so that is the indirect light for you. Okay, so next thing after it has next thing you will notice is that over here the LED light, okay, is not very smooth. Okay, so what I will do here is that I will click on this LED light, double click over here. You can see that the light sampling resolution is 1, so I'll change this to 8 and I press OK. So you can see that now the light is smoothened out between and it looks very nice now. Okay, next thing you may think that next thing I will want to brighten this up. So over here graphics, I go to brightness and I just adjust the gamma. So now this looks better. Okay, so now we have showed you how we can create a light, and next I will show you how through Python modeler and bring it over to Radiolab. So this is how we created the lights over here. Next thing, for example, if you want to have some lights shining through the window, okay, there's two ways to do it. The first way is I'll just make this faces. How I do it, I click on the window, I hold down shift, I click on the second window, so this will select the two glasses. I'll just say from here, I will say new light source. Okay, okay, so first thing I need to make sure I select its faces. You can see here it's parts and here is faces. I'll click on faces. So I click here, this is one face. I hold down shift, click on here. So I have two faces that I'm going to make a new light. So from the new light source, I just say I want this light source, the new light source to be 2000. And I say apply. And when I go to my list, I will see that there is 2 new light sources and I can switch them on. So this, if you do maybe an angle that is like this, so this will cause the effect to look like, okay, there is sunlight coming through. So like a midday 12 noon light coming through the window into your kitchen. Okay, so this will create that effect. However, sometimes most of the time as designers, we do not want this kind of boring effect. We want to have sunlight shining through with golden, golden light coming through. So what I do, I just switch off the lights and I say delete them. Okay, so how do I do that? First thing, I need to make sure that these windows are glasses. So I say I'll change it to part selection. Click, hold down shift 2 3 4 4 glasses selected, right click, and I say surface, create new and add to selection, change the color to white color, and over here the material texture I will say that I want this to be transparent. So I put it to maybe 0. I'll just type in 0.9. Oops, sorry. So I put in 0.9. Let me just change it. So I just put into 0.9 for example, thereabout, so that this is now transparent. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I put specular. I should be doing transparent. Okay, so I'll just put in 0.95 thereabout. Okay, then I'll say okay. So this will allow the sunlight to come through these glasses. Okay, so first thing I make sure that these are transparent. Next thing I go to new light source. Over here you can see daylight with sky. So I just click apply. And over here we will create a new daylight. So I will just say maybe you can see we can choose the location. Maybe I just put Aschaffenburg, and I will say it's going to be 9 AM in Aschaffenburg. And next thing I'll just say show sun ray direction over here. So you can see, oh, not very nice. It's not the sun ray is not coming to what I want. I want the sun ray to come through this window over here and land to the front near my cabinet. So how do I do it? I click north. From here I can change the direction. Let me just, so I can change the direction, and from here I can just turn. Okay, this looks good now. You can see now I have the sun ray angling through my window and coming into here. So if I need to change, I can just change the direction over here. You can see XY. I'm able to also manipulate the angle. Let me just change it. 360 view. So I'm able to rotate them to the angle that I want. So probably about maybe 90. Let me just move out from the window and just do a quick check. Yep, not too bad. So I just want to rotate them a little bit more so that it's okay, looks good now. So I go back into my room, looks fine, and I say okay, and from here I just say okay. So next thing you can see, oh, here is the light. Okay, everything that is a little bit too bright now. Okay, so you can see that now we have the sunlight coming through here into the whole room. Everything that is a little bit too bright, I can say, just what I'll do, I will just bring down my light over here. Okay, and I go into my light sources, go to list. Here my sunlight, I can just bring it down. So that is just only oops, too much. So I can just bring it down maybe to 30%. Okay, so that we still have the little bit of a sunlight effect. Okay, and we are able to see this. Okay, so this is how we can create the 3 ways of creating light. Okay, first way, using modeler. Second way, click on the surface and make a light. Third way, creating sunlight. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video on creating lights with Radiolab. Thank you.